Check, check, check. Hey everyone. Lazy Ben. Check the mic. Alright. Last push today for this content type stuff. Hopefully we get it finished. Oh. Need to do some rebuilding. So we're working on paths, basically. In the editor, manipulating paths, adding points, moving the points around. So yesterday we could add a path. Today the goal is to be able to select a path. Oh, this is too loud for me. It's music. 1 second. There we go. Is to be able to select a path. That's the next thing we need to do. We need to intersect the path. Okay, so game board editor, intersect content. So we're going to go template mode struct intersect content for path, and it's just to return basically a list of possible intersection candidates, store and result, and then we want draw intersect content. Draw intersection candidate. Template struct draw intersection candidate path. Return false for now. So how do we want to intersect a path? Well, we'll do it with the mouse, obviously. And we actually need to get the path out as well. Bamberg, hey, how's it going? Pathfinding algorithm is really efficient. Very nice. Oh, of one time. Lovely. Hope you're doing okay. I ended up coding in a cafe this morning instead of on stream. My apologies. But I'm here for the afternoon. Path content data. Three small assignments. You mean like 3 small console games? Ah, right. Not like assigning to an int 3 times. For school. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, what did I do this morning? Strengthened up the type system for, it's a bit abstract, for the for this hybrid tuple storage. That's what I did this morning. Tried to get a few more compile time errors as opposed to runtime errors. Small in scope, but less time to do them. Yeah, nice one. Hangman with 25 random words. Oh, that's awesome. Should teach my daughter Hangman. She's probably at the age now. She's just reading's beginning to click with her, so it might be a good game. So we have geometry. Do we have distance to lines? Find closest edge to point. We could use that. Line, closest line segment to point. That might be best. Hangman, no man. Yeah, that sounds fun. So the lines are path, line, get points, and the point is mouse P. However, mouse P needs to be in the actual coordinate space of the spline. So that's mouse P minus offset minus instance position. I think. Yeah, cool. Oops. Test P. That's the closest. And we just want to say if closest and closest distance is less than like a world unit away, then we're intersecting it. I'm just doing like, so you can draw these curves. I just want to be able to intersect the curve with the mouse. If we do intersect it, we need to do bounds. Translate offset plus instance position. Too tired to work on the decompiler project. Why don't you do a bit of template work? Just a small little bit of like practice with templates. Whereas that's probably even more exhausting, I'm not sure. So the input ID is canvas, add world input box, bounds, instance ID. So what this will do is it allows me to place an area on the screen. We already know we're really close to the line. So it allows me to place an area onto the screen which the input system can use to select the best candidate or intersection, because the mouse might be over multiple things. So it uses this input box system to work that out. Structure analysis CS.cs of Rika. Oh yeah, have you got a link? I'll have a look. Cool. If canvas is hot, input ID, then we return the candidate. Which is bounds area. The Z value, we need to work out what the Z is as well. Basically the same. Alright, so is that the intersection code? Ooh, cool. Not really the foremost expert of C#, though I know a bit. It's nicely commented, isn't it? Same thing in C++, right? Okay.
Running soon.
Hey, that's one way to write a massive comment, innit? Comment helps a lot to know what's going on. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on, really. Cool. General purpose decompiler. Awesome. Nice one. Alright, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I think it is doing it because the river's disappearing, which means that something else is getting highlighted. We're just obviously not drawing the intersection candidate. Draw intersection candidate for path. So if we end up in here, right, there we go. So how do we want to do this? Because we can't really draw lines of different thicknesses. Our region refinement is done. Yeah. Oh, nice, nice. Sounds awesome. So what I might do, if we are highlighting the path, we might just display the points, the control points. So auto path data, path content data. If not path, return false. I'm going to go auto offset is instance position plus candidate P. Then we want to go get the control points. So the path spline, get control points, and then for auto CP and CPs, we want to go canvas, draw quad in world, not candidate, canvas, draw quad in world. The quad is going to be the CP inflate 0.15 translated by the offset. Color, just say white. Quad Z max. So we'll just do that. Reading the same code over and over again can help to get it running, compiling and running, and then step through it as well. Return true. That can help. Set a breakpoint right at the beginning. Like if you press F10, it'll just stop right at the beginning of the program. Ah, nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, you could do it with Recur. That's what I mean. You could compile Recur and step through that. There we go. We probably want to draw the actual lines as well. The offset. The control points, CPs. Max. Maybe, but I'd need an example binary. Can you actually make, because it said it was general purpose, you could make like a very simple binary, like a C++ binary yourself. They have the source code too, and then get the binary, put that into Recur, and then you have like the actual source code and what Recur figures out, maybe. Or whatever language Recur's decompiling. There we go. So that allows us to highlight the path. Everything else is yellow. So I'll probably make this yellow. And then we need to draw the focus content. So there we go, it's yellow now. So we can, I'm assuming that is selected. We're just not drawing what it looks like when it's selected. So drawing focus content is the same. Draw focused content. Content brush type path. Yeah, could you do that? That might be a decent thing to try, because then you could build up the complexity in your binary slowly to see what it does. Yeah, cool. Canvas content brush instance focused content. It's literally the same code, except candidate is focused content, and we want to draw it a different color. Draw it pink instead. And once we have this done, we need to be able to do point manipulation. What I need is to make, so what I need to make is the abstract syntax tree classes. Ah, right, okay. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So that's it selected. So what I'm also going to do is just fill out some properties here. So when it's selected, it knows, you know, it's selected in the properties panel. Draw brush instance properties. There it is. E-game content, paint mode. Draw brush instance properties. Like paint mode, like everything else. Print those out, yeah. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's the next step for you. Can we just... We're not actually doing common on a lot of these other ones either. Drawing the common brush instance properties. So we're going to do canvas dot draw label. I am a path. absyn. Ooh, did I spell it wrong? Oh, cheers. Absyn if. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I've got him. Abstract syntax for the traditional if statement. Yeah, nice. Absyn statement. So all these things. Core absyn, yeah, that's the one I'm on now. Oh yeah, no, it's fine, isn't it? I'm sure he'd be pleased that someone thought it was good and was using it. So we've got the visitor, absyn visitor. Visit while. So this is some kind of interface, yeah, so where's he making these? So each region had a list of absyn statement, so I use that when transitioning. Ah, yeah, cool. Yeah, of course, yeah. So what we want is this just seems to just, oh, right. It doesn't seem to search in the files. I don't really know how to use GitHub. Visitor. Syntax visitor, data type visitor. So all these, do these come off? That's an interface as well. So the eyes instruction visitor. Also an interface. Cool. When you did search and it came with a suggestion, you can click. I think that's a comment, isn't it? It's just an issue. It's an issue rather than the file. Rather than, you know, finding file or whatever. Cool. Do you have a guess what the visitor interface is used for? It's for traversing the tree, I think. Yeah. So it'd be like you pass in a visitor and then it like reverses the tree and probably may give you callbacks as it enters different nodes and stuff. Yeah. It looks like it was let's go back. So it looks like, so it's going like visitor, visit if, when you accept, which I assume means go to the next children. So it's visiting inside the if, and then it'll evaluate everything inside the if. And you can pass in like different types of visitors. So this is like a callback visit if, and you're passing in this class here. Cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so we were going to go, let's just have a look at these properties for common, because we haven't got them in a few things. Like we haven't got them in here. Does that mean if we put that in, we can move entire sections of grass? Let's try that. Well, actually, what is this? That doesn't actually make sense because this is just for a single blade of grass. Can't select sections of grass. Sound, framed animation, tree simulation, prefab, pond. So we could, in theory, do it in here. River. Collider. Nav mesh. Yeah, I wanted to actually experiment with these because this is actually technically game code. Should probably go in game code this. Because Plantable is a gameplay thing really, rather than the general editor. So do you think I can make it work without a visitor interface? If I only visit it one way. Yeah. That's just it's quite a common design pattern that for going through trees. Or anything really. And that's what I do with this so this here is a visitor. This is a visitor pattern, this. With all these reflect types. And you pass in a class and then it calls back the class. But it is quite common. But yeah, you don't have to. You could put the code right here, what you want to do when the code flows through here. Or you could call it back to a generic class. So this could be anything and have that templated class decide what to do with that information. Like if you're going to be visiting the tree, if you're going to be iterating the tree for many different tasks, it probably is worth looking into a visitor style pattern. Because it will make things easier, I would imagine. Flatten all regions function. My function that will flatten regions I failed to structure and insert go-to statements. Yeah. Okay. Visitors are fairly straightforward to implement, so you could have a go at trying to do that if you wanted to. Because in Rico when structuring is finished, only one region is left. Yeah. And the go-tos and labels need to just be in a list of absent statements. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I have an experiment as well. Visit is nice if you're wanting to just like I say, traverse the tree for many different tasks. Traverse the tree to do this, traverse the tree to do that. Because then you write one traversal mechanism that works on any type of visitor. And then you say traverse it with this visitor, traverse it with this other visitor, traverse it with this other visitor. Oh. Yeah, so I do want to actually have a look also at putting these in gameplay code. Okay. Can see why that'd be beneficial. Yeah, if you wanted to traverse the tree for many different things. Yeah. It saves you having to write the traversal all like over and over again. So at least we can click on the trigger now, or the path now, sorry, and it says, in theory, oh, it won't yet. Tick left panel. Focus content. Okay, so this can get simplified out. So we have one for paint. We have a different one for regions. But everything else is the same. Tick focus content. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Edit mode. It's not equal to none. Then else on the end like that. Mind taking a nap? Oh, lovely. That sounds amazing. Alright, yeah, cool. Cool, yeah. Okay, so now just move it like this. Can move it like this. So now we need to be able to click on the points and move them. So that goes bang to yellow. That goes bang to purple. I think it should be yellow and then white, like these. So when it's focused, it should actually be white. Yeah, nice one, okay. Yeah, cool. Optimizes for readability, that's a good idea. Okay, so we want to do intersect content for path. So we want to say we actually also want to be putting in the point input boxes. So control point input boxes. So that's path, spline, control points for auto CP in control points. We want to do auto CP bounds, CP inflate 0.15 translate offset plus instance position. CP bounds. Well, we actually probably need to do it like this. Instance ID CP yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, good idea. And then we're going to go if, well, that's it basically. I think that's it. We don't actually need to. So that will just allow us to select control points. Well, we'll go if canvas is hot, box ID, do this. So put Z up here as well. Just do that. And the input ID this time is the box ID. The bounds area is CP bounds area. And then on draw intersection candidate for path, we can do this. We can go auto box ID equals canvas. So it needs to be this again. Canvas gen ID instance ID CP. And that's CP's CP. And we can say if canvas is hot, box ID, do that. So if it's hot, if it's not hot, we'll draw it yellow. Else we'll draw it white. No, if it's hot, we'll draw it pink. Else we'll draw it yellow. Okay, that doesn't quite work. Doesn't quite work because we're doing the distance to these points. It needs to be the distance to the control points. So in path spline points, it possibly needs to be CPs. Wonder why it's not. Because it needs to be the bounds of the control points for here. The control points bounds rather than the point bounds, which is what this is, I think. So, bounding rect BB. It's going to be path. No, it's just going to be CPs. And this is going to be BB get rect. That seems okay for the moment. The question is, what happens when a control point gets very far away from the line? We'll deal with that if that has a problem. If that is a problem. So we actually need to do this here as well. Maybe we don't actually. On the draw intersection candidate, draw focus content for path. We don't draw these. Maybe. Or we could just draw the lines. Does look a bit weird without the points there. Okay, whatever. So we need a drag focus content. So let's just check that in. Drag focused content for path. So this is where we're going to drag the points around. So we want to go auto path is instance get data path content data. We want to go the offset is the instance position plus focused content P. So what we want to do, get the control points again. Box ID, canvas, gen ID, instance ID with CP. If box ID, if canvas is focused box ID. We want to move the position CP plus equals canvas get world space track delta vector like that. And then we also want to do path to refresh on there. So refresh. There's no refresh. So what do we do to generate more points? Because okay, so there probably does need to be a refresh. So on the content painter for the path, what do? We call generate points with 5 and 100. I think basically we just want to refresh. Which we'll just do spline, generate points 5, 100. And we can call refresh. And on drag focus content, the path there, we can just call refresh on it. There we go. I think we probably only actually want to do this. We won't do it because this is going to be happening every frame. So we'll just go auto drag. Then we go if drag dot length squared is 0, return false. So at least we know there's a drag. Before we refresh it, we don't want to be refreshing it all the time, just when I'm actually moving a point. Okay, so we're moving both. Oh, that means that's because we need to return true. Bit Wielder, hey, how's it going? Hope you're alright today. Doing alright, yeah. Working slowly through these paths now. Last thing, this is the last kind of rewrite. So if we put one really far away, that's alright, that's fine I think. So if canvas has drag, so draw focus content there. If the canvas has drag, we don't want to do this. I didn't actually yesterday. It's a bit chaotic at home because my daughter's in a dance. And it was the last dress rehearsal last night. But I'll read it this weekend. So we were there at the theatre last night doing the dress rehearsal. But yeah, we'll read it for sure. There we go. Cool, that's awesome. So now we want to add points in. Also mid chaos. All right, yeah. Life's just chaotic in general, isn't it? Okay, so adding points in. Probably an intersect content. So when in the pond, for instance, when are we adding a pond point in? This is where we're removing one. So we're doing it in intersect content. We'll do it in this. We'll do the same for path. Oh really? Yeah, man. Just have a nap. Do it. So we need to check it's focused. Let's just go back to the pond one and get that up, because where is pond one? 5255. This is a bit of a reference. So we have, we're using input boxes actually for the pond. That's okay because that, yeah, the pond fills an area. This is just a path. I don't think we need to use input boxes. So if shift is down, okay, so we'll do this same thing. This can be right at the end. So it's literally the same, I imagine. Apart from pond is path. So add control point at. Take care of one of your 3D printers. Ah, right, yeah, cool, cool. So this is CPs add at. What's the problem then? CPs. Okay, so this is just CPs. Whoops. All right. Let's have a quick look then. So if this were... Oh, no, it's a compiler. Add at. So what's test P? Test P is fine. That's just vec2s. Is it not add at? LM index, that's the wrong way around. That's why. So if I hold shift, we should be able to add a point. So hold shift, we crash. Right, what happened there then? Oh, we need to do weights as well, because this is a... So path spline. Well, that's definitely not the right IntelliSense for that. Nerb spline. Add control point. Edge P1 SP. That's what we need to do. So we also probably need a remove control point. Remove control point at. Path spline. Remove control point at P. And that should actually return a size T. Saying if it's greater than 4, we remove it. If it's greater than 1, we remove it. No, if it's greater than 2. Add control point at. Add control point. Index position. Oh, we don't have its index, its position weight. No, it's position index. Add control point at. Position index. Excuse me. So, in theory now, we can do that. There we go. So remove, add is working. Remove is not. So remove should be, if we click on one that exists with shift down, it should remove it. Didn't do.
Ads running soon.
Alright, while these ads are running, I'm just going to make a cup of coffee. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Alright. If I click that, it doesn't seem to... If it's just focused... It doesn't seem to want to come into here. For some reason. Gen ID, instance IDP, well that's definitely what we want to do. It's not just focused. Can we say it is focused? clear focus input ID. Try that way around instead. That worked. Problem is there though is we're coming back in, putting one in and then immediately deleting it on the next frame. It has to be just focused really. I wonder why that's not working. Works for ponds. It's the same code. Whoops. So that's basically selecting it here. I wonder if it's doing coming through here and it's hot, so it's adding it in. So it's adding it in if it's hot, and then it's coming along and it's going, oh, the result actually is not 0. How do we do that in pond then? We're just doing a straight up mouse intersection test with it. Rather than testing. Okay. I think possibly then this section. Hey, thanks for the raid, B2 Dennis, again. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good stream. We'll do it here instead. So what we're doing now is we're just working on paths in the level editor. Just drawing out paths basically, curved lines. It's not riveting stuff really. So what I might do there is I might say minus int max to make sure it definitely gets selected. B2 Dennis, if you're still there, what do you stream? I can't click on your username. It says, unfortunately. Web dev, nice one. Sue Palace, how's it going? Web dev, nice one. I believe I'll give you a follow. There you go. Yeah, I'll be able to check you out. So they've got these paths here. That you can, use for anything really. Anything you might want. So I'm just adding points in. And then if I click on, taking points out again. Okay, so that was a bit scrambled. It puts one at the end. So maybe we only let paths go down to 3 points instead of 2. And that, I believe that's it for adding in all the content types to the prefabs. So this is 2 prefabs of this. They're obviously massive prefabs. They'll never be that big in a real game. But they've got all the different types of content. We do have a Z problem there, look. With that thing. So that's possibly Pond Z is not quite working properly. Those visual paths. So you can use them for anything you want. The way they're gonna work is it just says I am a path at the moment. You'll be able to select the type of path it is. So like right now there's only one supported path type, and that's a monorail path, because the space station has monorails which you can travel on. So that is like a travel along path style path. But you'd just basically, in the game, you'd implement what you wanted to do with the path. And then you'd be able to say in the editor that this is that type of path, basically. So it's very generic. Yeah, so we need to fix this bug with I believe, so this has the same kind of Z rules as this. So it's only the pond that is different. So this is underneath the pond here. So it says Z bias 84 for that. Z bias minus 169 for the pond. Just looking here. $144. It did change there. $159, $159, $145. That doesn't seem to be making a lot of sense. $166, $105, unless I'm moving it slightly. I don't think so. I trust your engine as my car engine. Don't do that. It's way too young to be trusted. So it is interesting that it's coming up with different Z bias every time I select it. Which tells me that's a bug. This is fine. minus 27. Minus 27. Right. What is the actual Z bias in the normal one? It's only minus 3. Okay. I don't think there's any Z bias on the refab. Don't have scroll for this either. Let's fix that. Alright. So Z bias for the prefab is 0. So it says minus 140. It should be 48. So if we do put that to 48, nothing happens. I don't think it's even taken into account this Z bias at all. Right, we'll fix that then. So the, what would it be? Properties for ponds. Draw brush instance. Draw common brush instance properties. So this is Z bias is instant Z bias plus Z bias or Z. Right. So 32. Z bias or Z is 32. That isn't the instant Z bias though. Focused content. Yeah. I drive an old, destroyed Ford Fiesta. Although it's been a nice car, it is destroyed. I've enjoyed driving it, but it is destroyed. Focus content then. Focus content value. Z 32. So I want to know who sets it to 32. Let's put that to 0. And now it says minus 48. So something's definitely wrong there. Minus 54. It's because this is a constructed value. Okay. This is kind of wrong. This is just wrong code. How do we want to handle this then? So really, this should just be canvas, draw text box, Z bias, instance.z bias. We do have this thing to deal with. Which comes off the like parent of the prefab. So that is 141. What is it here? 141. 0, 141. 0, 141. So the renderer pond. So let's just delete this one. So the renderer for pond, what is it rendering the Z bias at? Zero. And this is being rendered at 141. Can't actually drag this one either. So normal sprite content data properties. Okay, so it's all the same, it's just one. That's just the drag delta. So if that was 0, it would be way behind that, because that's closer to the screen. So this has to go up, we'll say 80. $60. 61. 62. 62 seems about right. So that's good now. We've got the grass coming up in front of it now, which is good, which we never had before because it was sat really high up. So this is being a Z bias of 0. This is a Z bias of 62. So let's open up this. Z bias of 0. Z bias of 141. Save that. So we need to revert this. Make independent again. 62. So that's 0 and that's 62. Ah, look, it's if we drag the whole thing up and down. So we've definitely got a Z problem there. Okay, so when we draw a prefab, renderer for a prefab, Z bias or Z is 2770. It's type Z, so this is obviously coming from the wrong place. Okay. Tick board panel, current board. Tick board. And then we draw. Draw content. Z bias is 0. It's always 0 here. So where are we now? About to draw the prefab. So we get the brush. Z is still 0. Get the prefab. So the prefab position Z bias is still 0. I'll draw a sprite window. Okay, I think we possibly need to set up a simpler example. So let's do z.prefab. And let's add in pond and I don't know, this tree here. Let's actually put the origin right up on there like that. It's not worked. Must be that tree. Okay, that's a bug because that's meant to have regened the brushes, giving them new origins, which it hasn't done. There's no more trees in there, is there?
Ads running soon.
Right. Let's fix that then. Before we do this, we'll fix that. So that's to do with saving the brush, the sprite sheet. Yeah, so it's definitely that one. So if we do that and then we go, we select it, it hasn't updated its origin. Right. Okay. Content cache 2. Tick. Refresh content. CC test sprite sheet. On asset refreshed. Did it refresh? Oh, interesting. It's because it's an editor type. So on asset refreshed. F4. So handle asset refresh. Sprite sheet editor. Ooh. So it is an editor type. It's not sprite sheet file. Handle asset refresh. Oh, that's image to that's for game boards. Right, so what's going on here then? So we're not doing anything essentially when we're asset refreshing. I'm doing something here now. Construct one. It's a new content brushes. So we're deleting all of the old brushes. So how many are there? 69. So we load the sprite sheets. There's 2 sprite sheets in there. And it's the props one. Where the origin is not 0, so this one. Well, there we go. It's putting in the right, it's generating the right stuff. Tile origin. So where are we? Oh, we're in icons at the moment. We want the next one. So is this second one, wasn't it? There we go. So tile, origin. So we're making the brush. And we're definitely writing it. So the brush ID is 5992. So when we do preview, board editor, preview for normal sprite. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Preview for stamp normal. This one. Pembroke origin is 00 5992. Okay, so it hasn't got the proper brush out. So let's have a look at 5992. Assets, compiled brushes. Origin, there it is. 156. But the one it's got is 0000. Get focus content brush. Brushes, find first. So it didn't reload the brushes by the looks of things. Do changes and then we call load brushes. Empty brushes. Uh, 5992. 2. Ooh. There it is. So it's number 63. Ooh, man. Don't fancy doing 63 times. Okay, so CC get. So when we actually empty the brushes, what does it do? Brush files, brushes. So CC get. So it looks like it's the old brush in the content cache. Possibly. So how do we want to do this then? So we refresh that, and that creates a bunch of changes in brushes. So generate content brush generator. So if we rewrite the brush files, why isn't the content cache picking that up? It should be. It's just listening into the asset directory. So this is now going to generate some sprite brushes. It's going to come down to here. And this is eventually going to write out a brush file. Yeah. So it's not being picked up in the changes. Oh, there we go. No. Yeah, it's not being picked up in changes. For some reason, the directory listener is not. It's just meant to be listening to all types of files in that directory. That's why it's not working. The directory listener's not working. Picks up the sprite sheet. Hang on. So it's meant to be listening in the assets directory. It doesn't know what it is. Down into the weeds here. Okay. See his test up spreadsheet again. And that's it. What happens if we just delete all the brushes? Okay, so now it's working. It's magic. Okay, so there's got nothing in it because there's no brushes. If we do this, just save it there, you put all those in. Didn't actually get notified though. So that's listening to sprite sheet. Sprite sheet again. Why are the brushes being picked up? Oh my god. Created all these brush files that didn't get registered. Never really had a problem with this before. asset directory. A quick look. What is the assets directory? Where would it be? Preprocessor. Assets directory. VM engine assets. VM engine assets. Just not picking it up, man. What I'm going to do is just log line all this stuff. So this is temp. Auto result in results. Log line result. It's just called result. In result. See what type of messages we get. Right, so let's just delete a brush file. There we go. So let's just save. So that saves the sprite sheet. Not any brushes though. Need to find the one. CC test sprite sheet. Here it is. So if I just delete everything out of there. It's not in that one. Five, 3, 3, 2. That was the one we were looking at before, wasn't it? That is that. Yeah. So this was last generated 1433. $14.35, so it regenerated it, we just didn't get notified. By the listener. Maybe it's doing it as like a rename. Change file name, change directory, last write. This is just not working. Or maybe there's a create. Change creation. Let's try that then. No, that doesn't work either. So it's 1437. We'll wait till 1438. Alright, it's 1438 now. Let's save this file again. So we're just going to regenerate all the brushes. 1438, but it didn't give me the callback. This didn't work. What is going on there? Change the creation time of files. Renaming, creating or deleting a file. So that's implicitly renaming, creating or deleting. So that's implicitly, like, that is already happening. Watch subtree, set to true. Why is this suddenly broken? I don't get it. It's just picking up this sprite sheet file. It's not actually picking up these ones, the .brush files. It should be. No, this is just, unless this has just changed.
Ads running soon.
Under my nose. 8 returned was 0. $98. There's no next offset. I think I'm gonna have to come back to this because this is a weird. This might need my computer rebooting. Alright. Let's continue on with the Z problem. Now then, yeah, alright. How's it going? Good. Z, there we go. Let's put that there. And then let's open test prefab. Well, actually, let's make a new one. Z test. And then make a new layer on that. Select this. We'll save this. So this is kind of wrong. What's going on here? So, game board, content, draw, calls draw content. So there's one instance in there, and it's a pond. It should be, hang on. Should be a prefab to begin with. Root content, Z test, brush instance is 1, which is a prefab. Yeah. So we're going to draw prefab. Z is 0. So we've got a base position now. So this is P, get Z at P plus the base position. Okay, so what, when we're doing the renderer for the pond, look, we need to do, it needs to be this type of thing. Believe. Okay, so most of these are called position, apart from that and that. Okay, so these are just kind of been put in wrong. Maybe offset is actually a better word, you know. So this is position. This is P. This is offset. And this is B. And this is P. Call this offset as well. This is P. 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 Z needs to be worked out as well. Well, hang on a sec. So we need the actual Z of the cell position. Cell position plus P. Cell position plus P, which is offset minus instance origin. I think that's fine. Alright, let's try this then. Rename these to offset. All right, cool. That's P. Let's see what happens here then. So Z test. Get one of them. There we go. So now let's open up to find the right place for that, which is about there. Let's open up this one. Oops. Oh, it won't get opened. It can't get opened now. Oh no, that is that one. It was this one, wasn't it? So revert. Oh, no, revert. There we go. There we go. So the Z is fixed. Awesome. So that still leaves. So what? Oh yeah. I also wanted to do was the properties. In mod editor. Properties. It's in common, wasn't it? Draw common brush properties. So I'll put this back. I have to head in 5 minutes. See if that little change anything about this. Z bias there is like -1. For the whole prefab. So that seems to have kind of broken it. Doing that. It was just working and now it's not. And now the lights have gone as well. Something's very strange here. This is drawing the wrong. Now this is drawing the. What's happening there is it's drawing the wrong distance field. have I changed? Well, I'm going to head off. I'm going to have to fix this another day. I've broken something massively there. Alright. Something to do with the content brushes anyway. Right, be back on Monday. I'll see you later.